I added this one. So survey says, how well are we actually doing? Right? This is the other part of the stuff that my friend Dave sent to me. And that same McKinsey study that shows that it's the right thing to do financially. The 436 companies, this is no small study, that's a lot of companies, have increased their gender representation on their executive teams by only 2 percentage points. It's a good thing. We barely moved the needle. 2 percentage points, that's nothing. To 14%. They went from 12% to 14%. That's almost a rounding error. Ethnic and cultural diversity has changed by 1 percentage point from 12 to 13%. Again, almost a rounding error. And what's more, this is another conclusion of the study, many companies are still uncertain as how they can effectively use D&I to support their growth and value creation goals. We know this, we're not doing it, right? This is where I come in with this concept of virtue signaling. We say we want something, but yet we seem not to do anything to make it better. Another study found among high-tech executives, 50% of employees were white, 36% were Asian American, 1.6% were Hispanic, and less than 1% were African American. Another study, again, numbers, how poorly we do at this. Just 1% of tech leadership is Black and 2% is Latinx due to biases in recruitment, hiring, promotion, pay, and workforce culture. We say we want this, and yet we do an incredibly poor job of it. And as Katrine said in the intro, I'm not too convinced that we're going to get any better doing what we're doing. Because for one, we're in a pandemic now, so I think everything's tougher in a pandemic, we know that. But even before the pandemic, there was little or no unemployment in the San Francisco Bay Area. And these numbers didn't move in the Bay Area either, let alone the rest of the country, which may not be as liberal as I've heard, that the rest of the country is not as liberal as we are here in San Francisco Bay Area. I want to talk about, so here we are, we're awash with cash. We didn't make the needle move at all. I get this virtue signaling all the time, and this is what I call it, because I don't know if people really want to solve the problem. I think they want to be seen as wanting to solve the problem. I don't know if they really want to solve it. This just happened this week. Someone from Twitter posted on LinkedIn. I spent a lot of time on LinkedIn, probably not the best place, but they posted on LinkedIn. And the post said, Twitter is making a goal. We've seen this, as I said, we've seen this movie before. Twitter is making a goal to have 25% of their leaders be underrepresented minorities and 41% women by 2025. Now, one, that's 4 years away. And I thought, wait a minute, I think it's a good thing. I don't think it's a bad thing. I just don't think they're going to make it. Because the track record from companies in the Bay Area is they come out with these great ideas, but when it comes to diversity and inclusion, they don't do it. Here's my response. Some of you probably saw it. While this may be applauded by many, I feel we've seen this movie before. And in the end, little changes, because goals without concrete behavioral changes are little more than virtue signaling. That's where the term comes from me. And then I went on to say, I run a nonprofit. We've achieved a high degree of diversity and inclusion. I'm not convinced that these people really want to do it.